Hi students, hope you all are doing good and you must have started studying for your December attempt. Please never think that there is lot time remaining for the exam. The syllabus is really vast. You should be you should have started by now so that by October end the entire syllabus is covered. In this voice record I am taking you through the very basic concept about the tax. Why government of India, why a government charges tax on the public, on the company, on individual and others, everybody, on HUF, everybody. See, government is our parents. Government has to run the country. Government provides facility. It provides infrastructure, road, dams, bridges. You must have seen in today's every house there is some representative of government visiting door to door to give polio drops to the kids. This is free service. This is for the mankind of the country. Government does it. Government want revenue for all this. Other reason, this revenue is mainly generated by two types of taxes. Rather, this revenue is generated from tax. So, what is tax basically? Tax is any charge imposed on anything. It is charged on your income, on anything when you manufacture or produce. It's a charge on import export. When you transport goods from one state to another, there's a CST, a tax. When you transport within a state, you add some value, you pay VAT. It is also a tax. All these are different modes of a government to collect revenue for regulation of the country and for welfare of the country, to provide facilities to the member of their country. Government charges tax in two ways, that is directly and indirectly. I'll be taking you through MCQs also wherever I feel there will be a MCQ put up. I'll be sharing then and there only. See, taxes are charged in two ways, directly and indirectly. Indirect taxes, that means direct tax I'm saying, the burden cannot be shifted as it is written in the notes, burden cannot be shifted. So I am trying to highlight this thing because there's an MCQ on this topic. Direct tax is the one on which the burden can be shifted. True or false? It is false. Directly, when the taxes are imposed directly, the burden cannot be shifted, which is why it is a direct tax, because it is directly between public and the government. Government is charging a direct tax from the public, and it is imposed directly on the income earned by that person, which is why it is also said as direct tax. Types of direct tax are income tax, gift tax, and wealth tax. Income tax is that main big portion which we have to do, the direct tax. Gift tax has been removed, you can say, and the provisions have been moved to your capital gain and other sources chapter. Wealth tax has been removed completely, it has been abolished, you don't have to study that. Next type of tax is indirect tax. Indirect tax means indirectly a customer is a public and individual is charged by the government, which is why it is an indirect tax. Shifts the burden. A manufacturer manufactures a pen, government charges excise duty from him. Further, the manufacturer charges the same tax, recovers same tax from the retailer. Retailer charges is from the customer, and we, the pen, notebook, all those petty things you are using around you on the road when you walk, you give toll taxes. Everything is chargeable. It is under the tax policy. Indirect taxes are like excise. When we import, we export, government charges customs. CST, as I said, interstate. VAT is within state, and if you provide services, you have to pay service tax. I'll be starting my voice records, and further I'll be taking these records sequence wise. You'll be seeing records on your income tax slowly, gradually. I'll be putting on the concept wise, section wise rather. So we are starting it now itself. Income tax is a direct tax. Also, there can be an MCQ. Income tax is an indirect tax. False. Income tax is a dash direct tax. There are two words, income tax. Income means income earned. There's a long definition of an income which you don't have to learn basically, but you should know. You should have that as a reference. So there's an income. So there's an income on which a tax is imposed. And tax is imposed at what rates? This is what we will study. एक इनकम है, इनकम आपने इतनी ऑन करी तो उसके ऊपर इतना रेट ऑफ परसेंट का टैक्स लगेगा. ओके, दैट बिकम्स योर इनकम टैक्स. इनकम की डेफिनेशन हम अलग देखेंगे और टैक्स कितना लगेगा उसके लिए स्लैब रेट्स होते हैं. फाइन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट एक्ट गवर्न्स इनकम टैक्स. नाउ government at the top. Under the government there is Ministry of Finance. The finance minister handles it. There's a branch under MOF is CBDT, Central Board of Direct Tax. Central Board of Direct Tax. I must note, highlight here, this direct tax, imposition of direct tax is under central government. So Central Board of Direct Tax administers the direct tax. Fine. Coming back to the same notes. What act governs income tax? Income tax is governed by the Act, Income Tax Act 1961, applicable in 1962. ये जो लॉजिक है 1961 and 1962 is same as the previous year and assessment year. This previous year and assessment year terms I'll be taking in detail and with examples in my upcoming videos, voice records. Sorry. At present I will just give you a very small introduction about it. It was in 1961 when the bill was passed. The Finance Act was passed. Like today we are doing Finance Act 2016 because it came in 2016, 31st, 28th, 29th of Feb. It was in 1961 when the first finance bill was passed and it got applicable in 1962, which is 1st April 1962. From 1st April 1962. This is the logic between 1961 and 62. Wherever when we read that income tax has been charged as per, it was first charged in 1961 and applicable from 1962. Okay, so for the first time in India, income tax was introduced in 1860. This can be an MCQ about this date, and also what act governs income tax 1961 and 62. This thing can be brought up into an MCQ. Okay, and also I'll be telling you one section here when now we are starting. So income tax section 1. Section 1 says that this act shall be set as IT Act 1961 applicable from 1st April 1962. So income tax Act 1961 which will be applicable from 1962 is this is what section 1 of IT Act 1961 says about. Okay, income tax, which is a direct tax. Why a government charges income tax, a direct tax, and why a government charges indirect? Indirect tax is pure reason is that government wants to collect revenue to run the country. For an example, like our parents is the government of our house. They need revenue to run the house. When they are in their old age, sons they earn and they come and they give it to the parents to run the house. Also, it is said that wives are the governor of the house. Husband earns and brings it to the wife. Our dad earns and brings it to the wife, and the wife has to govern the house. She has to run, she wants revenue to bring up the kids. Fine. And why a direct tax? Why directly on your income? It is because India being a mixed economy, government will never want that the richer becomes rich and the poor becomes even poorer. So This is the one reason why we have tax rates in slab. Why not every individual, especially every individual, is being charged at the same rate of percent? And why that senior citizens are charged at a lower rate and they have a maximum limit which is nil, which is tax free? The reason is that this graphs also says that these bar lines, straight lines, shows the income of our people in the country. It is see going down, 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 and then to poor. So what is the government doing? Charging the rich people at the higher rate and bringing that bring collection of tax to the poor by giving them free hospitals, free schools, subsidies, food, and other medical facilities. So this is to remove inequality in the country. The government charges them, plus they collect revenue, and mostly the revenue is being used to upbring the standard of poor ones. I hope this is the concept very important for you to understand why income tax. Definitely, you will not find all this in your module. Maybe your teachers must be teaching you in your live classes, but also you should explore, like I said in my previous voice record, you should not only be dependent upon your teachers. Whatever you read, since it is difficult for you to understand the language from the book and the act and everything, but when you can go through the video records in YouTube, you can subscribe my channel. I'll be putting such concepts which will make it very easy for you to do your self study. Thank you. I'll be putting up more records with voice records in some few days. Thank you. All the best.